In 1915, during World War One, Winston Churchill of Britain decided to make a new front in Turkey, a member, or the Ottoman Empire, a member of the Central Powers, which is an ally of Germany. They wanted to link up supply routes with Russia through the East Thrace of Turkey, of Anatolia, and try and take out the Ottoman Empire in a two-way attack. And this is the great story of how the Anzacs, French, and British troops completely failed that mission. Welcome to Gallipoli. Welcome back to the War Guide. I'm your host, Ollie Sagmal, and today we are going to be talking about the Great Ottomans' success, but the very terrible Anzac and British failure. Not so much for France. So basically, Winston Churchill, somebody who's much more known for World War II than World War One, was actually in World War One as I'm not sure, he was a commander, but a lieutenant, I don't know, something. And he decided to open a new front, which he would call either the Thrace Front or the Gallipoli Front. Basically, they take the Dardanelles at Gallipoli, take control of the East Thrace, a place that now is mostly used for industry, but that back then was a place where soldiers trained. Take that place, link up supply routes with Russia, and then knock the Ottoman Empire, a member of the Central Powers, out of the war. It started, so basically, it started on 1915 in August, no, I think somewhere in the summer, and it was Australia and New Zealand troops, which were called Anzacs, French troops, not very much of them, but quite a bit, and British troops, mostly. There were some Indian troops, I think, but no, not that much, and they're not very known for it, since the majority of them died. In World War One, actually, India suffered only 2,000 of the 82,000 soldiers who fought in World War One. In World War One, died. Lived. So very sad. Where was I? Gallipoli. And basically, they were supposed to do a naval assault and bombard the Dardanelles at Gallipoli and take control of that place, and then move up through the Dardanelles, make landings near the East Thrace, get into Constantinople, or as I'll be calling it, Constantinia in this channel, or Istanbul, and then link up supply routes with Russia and take out the Ottoman Empire, like I said before. However, one thing, once they got to the Dardanelles, there were a lot of mines, and the minesweepers, for some reason, couldn't detect any of them. I think only 2 were detected. And then they got to a place where there were a lot of artillery cannons, and it was led by one famous World War One Turkish general, who's the second best World War II Turkish general, or lieutenant, I don't know, something, after Mustafa Kemal Ataturk, my idol. This guy was furious, and when he realized that boats were coming, and he gave orders immediately for everyone to get ready, get shells, get artillery and bombardment cannons ready, and they were about to go to war with British soldiers. Sorry about my twitching nose. And so what they did is, here's the thing. There were mines in the water, but there were also artillery and bombardment cannons. So what they could, and all the British, Anzac, and French troops had were minesweepers and battle tanks. They never had a mix of the two. So what happened was they could either send the minesweepers and get rid of the mines. However, before they even do that, they'd be taken out by bombardment cannons. However, once they sent the battleships would be taken out of the mines before they could take out the bombardment cannons. So So they simply sent out the bombardment cannons. I mean, not the bombardment cannons, the battleships. And the battleships sunk. 3 of them were sunk by bombardment and mines, and 3 more were damaged by them. And after this failed naval assault, which Winston Churchill was pretty mad about, he started a full-on offensive and made land. And even though he couldn't take the Dardanelles in front of Gallipoli, he went to the East Thrace, and they planned on making one place, like landing a specific place, but they landed a mile far north. And the lieutenant sergeant who was in charge of that landing even told somebody to tell. He even said to the radio man, tell the Colonial those damn fools landed us a mile too far north. And after this, they started to make landings in the actual intended place. However, in both of them, they suffered heavy casualties. The Allies were taking very heavy casualties by machine gun fire and artillery cannons. Many transport boats were just coming onto shore, and the door just opened just every man just to be shot down. It was a very gruesome sight. I don't think any footage was taken, but thinking about Saving Ryan, okay, Saving Private Ryan, that movie, think of it as the D-Day scene, only with much more people and much more elements. It was very, very a disaster, but however they managed to take down. They finally managed to take that both beaches, and after a while, trench warfare started to come out, just like it had on the Western and the Eastern Front, and I think in the Balkan Front. Now, this video is going to take me a while, so I'm going to split it up into 2 parts. And I think once we end this video, we're going to take the second one. So, we're going to upload this 5 minutes after we upload the next one, and we're going to take the next one 5 minutes after this. So, after you watch this, just get ready to watch part 2. Peace.